It's all about the All-Stars. Players, coaches, broadcasters, and more. Everyone in Toledo is ready for the midway point of the season and the ECHL signature mid-year event. You'll be all set too after watching this edition of ECHL Week.
Hi, welcome to another edition of ECHL Week. This time we come to you again from the Santander Arena in Reading, Pennsylvania, home of the Reading Royals. The 2019 ECHL All-Star Classic is coming later this month in Toledo. What a better way to start this show than by looking at the All-Star teams for this season. The 2019 ECHL All-Star Classic will feature two previously announced teams from the host Toledo Walleye, and they'll compete with All-Star clubs from both conferences in a 3-on-3 tournament with rally scoring in order to determine a winner. A skills competition will take place between rounds of the tournament. All-Star choices were made by coaches, team captains, media relations directors, broadcasters, and media members. On the Eastern Conference squad, Adirondack forward Mike Smatula, who leads all rookies on his team in scoring. Atlanta forward Brett McKenzie, who's tied for his team's lead in scoring. Another tied for his team's scoring lead, Brampton Beast forward David Pecan. Florida forward Joe Cox, first on his team to reach 20 assists. League leading goal scorer among rookies, Greenville forward John O'May. Jacksonville's top scoring defenseman, Dejan Mingo. Maine Mariners defenseman and New York Rangers prospect Sean Day. Manchester's captain and top scoring defenseman, David Kalamatis. Newfoundland's Giorgio Estefan, one of his team's scoring leaders. Norfolk defenseman Jalen Smerrick, who's second on his team in scoring. Orlando rookie forward Brent Peterson, who's second on his team in plus-minus. Reading forward Stephen Swavely, who spent a quarter of this season in the AHL. South Carolina forward Jonathan Charbonneau, who's tied for the team lead in assists. And the Worcester Railers leader in wins, Mitch Gillum, will be the Eastern goaltender. The Western Conference will feature the following players: Allen rookie Alex Breton, the Americans' leading scoring defenseman. Cincinnati rookie forward Vaz Glotov, a 2016 Buffalo Sabres draft choice. Fort Wayne's leading scorer, forward Justin Hodgman. Idaho goaltender Thomas Scholl, the league leader in save percentage. Indy's top scoring defenseman Neil Manning. League leading goal scorer Justin Taylor of Kalamazoo. Kansas City's top goal getter Jared Van Wormer. Rapid City's leading scorer Andrew Rajenovic. Tulsa goaltender Evan Fitzpatrick, a St. Louis Blues prospect. Team leading goal scorer Caleb Herbert of Utah. Wheeling's top scoring defenseman Kevin Spinozzi. And Wichita's number one scorer Stephen Yacobelis. Note that the rosters may change depending upon injuries and call-ups between now and January 21st. Details about the format, rules, and schedule for the ECHL All-Star Classic will be included in the next ECHL Week program, which will debut on January 18th.
All-Star coaches, bench personnel, and more when ECHL Week continues.
Let me tell you about Pete, who always wanted to play pro hockey. Pete played since he was 3 and begged his mom to let him stay on the ice. Pete practiced and practiced until one day, when he was 37, Pete realized he just wasn't that good, so he threw his skates in the trash. But then again, Pete did switch to Geico, which saved him a bunch of money. So it all worked out.
of the Manchester Monarchs, and you're watching ECHL Week.
Hey, if you see me or one of our ECHL Week staff people at a game somewhere, make sure to stop us and say hi. We love talking to our friends. Now let's look at news from around the ECHL. One of the longest suspensions in recent memory has been given to Greenville's Travis Howe. 18 games, that's a quarter of the season, for his actions in a game against Florida on December 29th. Howe was suspended for his activities at 6 seconds of the first period. The penalties assessed included a game misconduct for being an aggressor and physical abuse of officials, as well as for being a repeat offender who has previously been suspended multiple times. It's the longest suspension issued since the 2017 Kelly Cup playoffs. Howe is eligible to return to the lineup on February 16th. Although it's the players who receive the most recognition during the All-Star Classic, there are a number of other people who will be taking part in the event, and all have earned their way based upon fine performances. First, the coaches. Brad Ralph of the Florida Everblades and Matt Thomas of the Cincinnati Cyclones will direct the Eastern and Western Stars, respectively. The coaches were selected based upon the performances of their teams through games of December 22nd. Ralph received the John Brophy Award as the ECHL Coach of the Year last season, while leading Florida to the Brabham Cup for the best record during the regular season and a berth in the Kelly Cup Finals. It is the third straight year that Ralph has earned the right to coach in the All-Star event. Thomas is coaching in the All-Star game for the third time, tied for most in league history after earning the honor in both 2005 and 2009. He's in his 10th season as an ECHL coach and stands 7th all-time in regular season wins, while he holds the ECHL mark for most postseason games coached. Also behind the bench for the All-Stars will be athletic trainer Scott Allison of Kalamazoo, who's been with the Wings for 11 seasons in 2 segments. He rejoined the team in the fall of 2012 and has been there ever since. Equipment manager Joe Franke of Fort Wayne started as an equipment man with the Comets in 1978. Among his many stops, he's worked in the NHL for both the Pittsburgh Penguins and New York Islanders prior to returning to Fort Wayne in 2011. The broadcasters for the live telecast on NHL Network will be longtime Toledo Walleye play-by-play man Matt Melzak, along with analyst Neil Smith, a former general manager of the New York Rangers who's called numerous ECHL All-Star events. Reporting from ice level will be Alex Reed, who spent time with both the Wheeling Nailers and Florida Everblades prior to his current post as public relations manager and play-by-play announcer for the Norfolk Admirals. Wearing the striped shirts for the All-Star Classic will be referees who are both in their 4th seasons in the ECHL, Sean Fernandez and Chris Pontus. The linesman will be Paul Carnathan, who joined the league in 2001 and will be working his 2nd All-Star event, and Dustin McCrank, who's in his 4th season as a linesman in the league.
We head north for our highlight game, next on ECHL Week.
NHL players have amazing talent, and some of the very best developed right here in the ECHL.
Reed for the wrist shot and scores!
Now, follow all your favorite ECHL alumni every night on NHL Network's primetime hockey show, NHL Tonight.
Both teams recognize how big this matchup is.
Fire save by Dubin. Rebound! Goosebump stuff.
NHL Tonight, every night 6 Eastern on NHL Network.
I'm Steven Swavely of the Reading Royals, and you can find me on Instagram at SteveSwave11.
In case you've forgotten where we are, Reading, Pennsylvania. Now let's take a look at our highlight game of the week.
A pass right out in front for McDonald, a shot save, Williams, rebound, oh, and what a save by Williams! Somehow he keeps it out. Pokes the puck free to Luke O, spins one on net. Augusta knocks it aside from Williams, loose puck in front and they score! Alex Roos picking up the loose change at the side of the net. A harmless play at the side of the goal. Suddenly the puck rockets out to the left side of the post, and Alex Roos is standing there, stretches a pass forward for Schmidt, all alone on a breakaway. Schmidt shot and a save by William. Back to Kolomatis, setting up here. Monov for a drive, saved Agostini, rebound at the side of the net. Somehow it stays out. Multiple players batting away at the puck, and the referee loses sight. Bounces to Corey Ward in the far side wall, to Pirog, a wrist shot, and he scores! Nick Pirog with the wrist shot off the rebound. Roofs it over the glove of D'Agostini, and the Monarchs tie it 1-1 with 6:07 left in the third. He leaves it for the speedy defenseman, Daniel Miramonov. Playing in his 8th game for the Monarchs, bounces it off the near side wall. Miramonov already has an OT winner. Pass out in front for Pirog, and he scores! Nick Pirog with the game winner in overtime. 3:33 left on the clock. The Monarchs win it 2-1.
That wraps up another edition of ECHL Week from Reading, Pennsylvania. Thanks for watching. Make sure to follow us on all our social media channels. We've got a lot of them to keep up to date on everything that's going on throughout the ECHL. And in February, something special coming to ECHL Week. You'll have to watch us then to see what it is. See you next time.